There is three things that are basic in the life of a human being. Some stuff are maybe considered accessories. Not necessarily a person needs to have them in order to live a basic life. For example, cars. There is many people in many countries that don't have it. Sofas. There is many people in many countries that don't have it. However, there is three things, if we wish to say, seems like to be the basic of normal living. One of the things is a person needs to have some kind of a roof on top of his head, some place to live. The other thing is a person needs to have food in order to be able to live his life. And the other thing is a person needs to be able to sleep. A person without sleeping, he will not be able to function. Our Rabbi says we got 3 holidays, Shlosha Regalim, and in each one of them we sacrifice sort of one of those things to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to show that we're willing to be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu even on that account as well. What are the 3 holidays? The 3 holidays is Sukkot, Pesach and Shavuot. And Sukkot, we're leaving the place that we're living usually, we're going out of our house, we're going to the Sukkah. According to the halacha, ideally a person needs to sleep there as well. Many of us not doing it because of the weather and because different situation, but technically speaking, according to the halacha, a person was supposed to sleep in the Sukkah. And the places when the weather permit and there is no any other danger, people are sleeping in the Sukkah. So in Sukkot we go out of the house, we go out of that necessity that we need, and we're showing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu lesson, even that we're willing to sacrifice in order to have a good connection with you. And then we have the holiday of Pesach. Every year, all year around, we're eating whatever we wish as long as it's kosher. On the holiday of Pesach, we are limited in what we're eating. There are certain things we wish to eat, but it's chametz, we are not eating. We sacrifice also certain things that we want to eat. We're sacrificing it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're showing that even that we're willing to sacrifice in order to strengthen the connection between us to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And there is another one, a holiday. That's the holiday of Shavuot. The holiday of Shavuot, many people are staying up the entire night. We basically showing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we're willing to sacrifice also the sleep in order to strengthening the connection between us to you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. 3 necessity stuff in order to be able to live our life, and 3 holidays that in each one of them we sacrifice one of those to show HaKadosh Baruch Hu we're willing to sacrifice to strengthening the connection between us to you to become a bit more spiritual and not necessarily physical. So we are about to approach the holiday of Shavuot and the holiday that we receiving the Torah, and the question is, are we ready? There is a story about one rabbi that he went to a faraway place, and it was a few days before the holiday of Shavuot. He spoke about the importance of the holiday of Shavout, the holiday of receiving the Torah, and he asked people, are you ready? So one guy raised his hand and says, Rabbi, what are you talking about? For sure we're ready. Come see the refrigerator. Do you know what we're doing? From Pesach and our family, from Pesach till Shavuot, it's 50 days. 50 days we're getting ready to Shavuot. My wife is baking cheesecake, blinches, and many stuff in order to be able to have the custom that people have to eat dairy in the holiday of Shavuot. So we are ready. The refrigerator is full with cheesecake, blinches, and many other things. Yes, that guy is ready physically to the holiday of Shavuot. He made his shopping. He prepared his cheesecake, which is customary. It's not an obligated, but it's customary. But are we ready spiritually for the holiday of Shavuot? The holiday of Shavuot is the holiday that Hashem is giving us the Torah. It's not written that that's the holiday that we're receiving the Torah. That's the holiday Hashem gave us the Torah. And Hashem is giving it again in every holiday of Shavuot. Sort of that light or that power is coming again. That blessing is coming again. The question is if we prepare the utensil in order to be able to receive. Similar to what? Similar to someone that pouring money from above. Who is going to be able to grab more? Only those that can be paired with a bag or similar to some shuls that they throwing candy for different smachot, different occasions. Which child going to be able to take more candies back home? Only the child that came ready with a bag to be able to store and to receive all of those candies that they're throwing. Same thing over here. Hashem is giving the Torah, Hashem is giving the light, the blessing in the holiday of Shavuot. How much we're going to be able to get? That depends on us. If we come prepared, then we're going to be able to get a lot. Not necessarily on the account of the others like the candies in the shul, because the candy in the shul have limitation, but Hashem doesn't have a limitation. Hashem can give everybody the same, big amount. The only question is, are we prepared? Did we prepare our spiritual pocket to fill in or not? The holiday of Shavuot doesn't have a set date. The holiday of Sukkot and Pesach have a date in the Torah. The 15th of Nisan, it's the holiday of Pesach. The 15th of Tishrei, that's the holiday of Sukkot. However, surprisingly, the holiday of receiving the Torah, there is no date. We need to count 50 days from Pesach. Why is it that we need to count 50 days from Pesach in order to arrive to Shavuot? Technically speaking, when they used to have the calendar, depends on the witnesses that coming and says when is Rosh Chodesh, the holiday of Shavuot could shift one day earlier or one day later, either by the 5th of Sivan, either by the 6th of Sivan, or either maybe by the 7th of Sivan. Depends if the month was 2 days Rosh Chodesh or 1 day Rosh Chodesh, if we wish to say. So why Hashem did not give a set date for the holiday of Shavuot? Beside the idea that Hashem wants to show us that we can be connected to Him and learn Torah every day and not only in Shavuot, therefore we're saying every day, and Birkat Torah, Baruch Ata Hashem Noten, as a present, not Natan as a past, and not Iten as a future, rather Noten HaTorah. Every day Hashem is giving sort of the Torah, the ability to learn, the ability to understand. But beside this, there is another idea. Hashem did not give a date, because the main thing regarding Shavuot is if you come prepared. Hashem says you have to count 50 days, because the main thing in Shavuot is to be ready to receive what Hashem is giving. So it depends on what? It doesn't depend on any date. It depends if you prepared yourself in 50 days. Therefore we need to count 50 days, 49 days, and the day of the 50th, that's the holiday of Shavuot. Those days we elevating ourselves. We're learning the Mishnayot of Pirkei Avot. We're working on our manners. We're working on our midot and derech eretz, which is derech eretz kadma Torah. These days we preparing our big pocket, the spiritual pocket, in order to be able to receive the Torah and to understand more what Hashem wants from us and the secret that are being hidden in the Torah. The Torah is the source of the blessing. The more we will be able to understand, the more we will be able to connect ourselves, the more blessing we will be able to get. To be able to understand, we need to prepare ourselves, and this is in these 50 days that we have before the holiday of Shavuot. And this is what we're saying in the holiday of Pesach. We're singing a famous song, Dayenu, and we're repeating that Dayenu, it's enough, many times, when he's saying if Hashem would take us out of Egypt and wouldn't give us other things, that would be enough. If Hashem would bring us close to the mountain of Sinai and would not give us the Torah, also will be enough. And the question is, how come? What do you mean? The Torah is very important. So how come we're saying it's enough if Hashem, it would be enough if Hashem would bring us only close to the mountain of Sinai, even heaven forbid without giving us the Torah? And the answer is, this is also a level, that we stood underneath the mountain of Sinai. After 50 days of preparation, we already became different people. So that also something that we need to be thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even without receiving the Torah, that at least we became different people than what we used to be. We worked on ourselves 50 days, we count 50 days. But it's not the idea of counting a number of 50, that every child can do. The idea is that every day we're growing, and since we grew every day, when we stood in the mountain of Sinai, we were totally different people, and for that we have to be thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. May Hashem will give all of us the ability to prepare our spiritual pocket to receive more light of the Torah and the holiday of Shavuot, to connect ourselves more strongly to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem will give all of us a lot of blessing, a lot of bracha והצלחה בכל מעשי ידינו, בריאות וכל טוב וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן.